Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do a bit of a desk setup tour. So to kind of preface this video, I do use my MacBook Pro as kind of my main computer, but I do have a Windows computer, which in theory is going to be kind of a gaming PC, but as I'll discuss in a little bit, it's not quite there. Hopefully the audio quality is alright. There's not really much I can do about it at the moment, but let's just jump right into the video. Alright, so we're going to kind of start off at the top and work our way down. Now, we use the chair to assist here. You'll see up at the top I have a candy jar, which in theory has candy in it, but at the moment it's very empty. Then we have a bunch of CDs and old computer games that I don't really use, but I, for some reason, still have. There's an air freshener that I can't smell, but again, for some reason I still have it. And then here I have a little Jeff Gordon bear. Obviously it's not like soft bear, it's kind of like a statue, but I do have a fairly extensive Jeff Gordon collection, and that's just kind of part of that there. Down below, I have a couple of bins here that have cables in them. There's like big cables, HDMI cables and stuff like that in that one, and then over here there's smaller ones like micro USB and stuff like that. And then this shelf I kind of swap out with different things. Right now it's got sort of Apple boxes on it, which is very pretentious, but they look kind of nice. I have my Beats Solo 3 box, my MacBook Pro box. We have a couple of iPhone boxes, and then of course Bob Ross, because Bob Ross is the best thing to ever exist. So I got a little pop figure of him and his raccoon right up there. Jumping down from there to the main desk, we have a lamp in the corner, which gives it some nice accent lighting. We have a piggy bank, which is actually a chalkboard piggy bank, although I never write on it. I just kind of like the fact that it's black. And then we have my MacBook Pro, as well as my Beats headphones here, which kind of move around with me, but when I'm at the desk, that's usually where I have them set. We then have some very basic Logitech speakers that I've had for a very long time, and of course a little Minecraft bunny there, which fits right in there, and he kind of hangs out. We have an Xbox controller, which I can plug into my computer, of course, to play games with. And then we have this HP monitor. It's a 1080p 24-inch, not 14, 24-inch monitor. I've had that for a very long time now. I will try to link it below if I can find it, but it's probably discontinued because I've had it for years. Then, to the right of that, we have a smaller HP monitor, which is actually on a little bit of an arm here that can kind of move around and adjust as I wish. I also have my air conditioner remote kind of stuck here because it's magnetic and it kind of stay out of the way there. This is not a great monitor by any means. It's just a small little thing I got. I actually bought it when my main monitor went down. It just completely broke, and I did have a warranty on it, but I needed something in between, so I ended up getting this, and it works, but I think it's like 720p at best, so it doesn't look great, but I like having it on the arm there because I can kind of move it around as I wish. Down below here we have my iPhone 5S, which I do use every night when I go to sleep, since I want to be able to charge my regular phone. We have some cables here. There's a micro USB cable, a 30-pin cable, which I don't really use, but it's still kind of there from my old iPod, and then of course a lightning cable, and that thing kind of holds them in place there so they don't fall behind the desk. We have probably the world's worst coasters. These things are terrible. They're not absorbent, and they're really unstable. They slide around and make you more likely to spill your drink, but in theory they keep the desk protected. We also have a wireless charger. I did make a video on this thing a while ago, and that I toss my phone on every night. And then a little Spigen charger for the Apple Watch as well. It can just kind of slot right in there. And since I have sort of an off-brand Milanese loop style band, it's nice to not have to take the band off when I want to charge it, because with the regular charger you'd have to kind of pick it up, and that's not ideal. Obviously you wouldn't really take it off, but you would have to like open it up and then shove the puck in between, which is not ideal for sure. From there, if you ever want to be really disappointed in me, here is your chance. This is the stock keyboard that came with my pre-built computer, which that sentence is just full of disappointment. This thing is not even backlit. It's really not good. I do like that it has volume controls and a number pad, but other than that, it's kind of tragic. But it does work, and I really don't want to spend the money on a keyboard. And then, kind of under the same idea here, this is a Razer Naga mouse that I stole from my brother because he has an obsession with buying mice, and he kind of has too many of them, so he let me borrow this one. Not a huge fan. I think if I used it for what it was meant for, like MMOs and stuff like that, it would be great. But as just a normal mouse, it's kind of uncomfortable and not really ideal. And then I also have a SteelSeries mouse pad, which this is really nice. I really like the mouse pad. Down below that, we'll just go right up onto the computer here. My chair is kind of in the way. This is a pre-built HP computer from 2011. As I said earlier, in theory, I want to make it into kind of a gaming computer. Right now, it's definitely not. I will, again, try to link to it, but it's probably not going to be very easy to find. It has a quad-core AMD processor. I don't remember which one. 8 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive. It's not ideal. Definitely not ideal. It does have a CD drive, which is more than my MacBook. Other than that, though, there's not really much going for this thing. It's kind of slow. I do use it, but mostly just for YouTube videos and like Word documents and stuff like that. It's not great, but it gets the job done. It's the HP P71141. If you really want to look up, you can look up the specs if you want. I have it on a little stand down here, just so it's not kind of sitting on the floor. It's actually elevated slightly. Then I have a Seagate 2 terabyte external hard drive that I back it up to. Actually, no, it's just a 1 terabyte hard drive. It is 1 terabyte. I'll try to link to that too, or something at least similar to it. Then, over here we got a couple of drawers, and in here I've got sort of phone cases, gift cards and stuff that I've never actually used, phone stands, stuff like that. We got some Benadryl, some Halls, old phones. I've got flip phone, a Samsung, I think this is the NV2. My iPods are back here. I've got an iPod Touch 4th gen, an iPod Touch 2nd gen, and my 6S, or my paperweight. I kind of washed it if you didn't see my other video. That's a little Bluetooth adapter for my car. Then I have sort of a flashlight, a little knife for opening boxes and such, and then just some general things. I have the dongle for my iPhone 10, a microfiber cloth, Band-Aid, this little earbud that I made a video on a while ago. Kind of stopped using that, but it is in there if I need it. And then down below here, we have all sorts of interesting stuff, right? We have some little cleaning cloths, these little Zeiss lens wipes for cleaning screens and such. We have lots of Velcro, because you can never have enough Velcro. Down in here, there's rubber bands and twist ties and stuff like that. Basically just cable organizing stuff and any sort of stuff like that. Obviously, I haven't done so well with that. At one time, this was very organized. You have to take my word for it. But at one time, it was perfect. Then all my little adhesive things fell apart. I used, where are they? These little things I got off Amazon to kind of route it behind the desk. They just sort of fall down after a couple weeks, so it's not ideal. But in theory, they were nice for a little while. Then there's also this Grid-It organizer. This thing's really cool, actually. I don't have a use for it at the moment, but it's nice if you have a backpack that doesn't have a lot of pockets. You can kind of stick things in that, and it'll kind of keep your bag organized, which is really, really cool. We also have candles, a couple air fresheners, vinyl records for some reason. This is stuff my mom gave to me, a couple other people gave to me. I do have a record player, but I never listened to them. And then some CDs, cassette tapes, and computer games and stuff like that. The Sims, some other stuff like that. Again, don't really use those, but I still have them. And that more or less covers it. It's pretty simple. I do like the desk. I guess I didn't really show you a view of the whole desk. It's just a really simple, regular desk. I like an L-shaped desk, but obviously it doesn't really fit in the room super well. My TV's like right there. So this is about as big as I can fit at the moment. And then the chair is super simple as well. It's starting to fall apart, and it's not comfortable. It's just wooden, which is why I got a pillow on it. But again, to try to fit like a real office rolling desk chair is not super easy in this little space. So this thing kind of works. Came with the desk. And I try not to replace things that I have a lot of things I want to spend money on, and desk chairs and computer keyboards and such are not very high on the list. But that pretty much covers it. So I will try to leave links in the description to as much of this stuff as I can. If I can't, I will try to leave it to something close. And if there's anything in particular you want me to lead you towards, just let me know, although none of it's super fancy, so you're probably not super excited to go out and buy any of it. Anyway, though, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I post new videos every single Sunday, so I definitely like to see you back next week. Oh, wait. The question of the day. We need a question of the day, right? Hang on, let me flip this around. Today's question of the day is, what kind of desk do you have? Do you have like a regular, or whatever this desk is called, kind of just straight? Do you have an L desk, wooden, glass, anything super fancy? What kind of desk do you have? Let me know by tapping the I, which should be up here, I think. And yeah, I post new videos every single Sunday, so I definitely like to see you back next week. But until then,